Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have a really big update to a story that we covered a couple of weeks ago. This was all about Broxah. This is a guy who has been a very big name and very popular player over the past couple of seasons, and for good reason. This guy at times was the best jungler in the West and one of the best junglers in the world. I mean, recall, I believe it was 2018, this guy was playing in the World Finals with Fnatic. Now, yes, Fnatic did go on to get 3-0 in that World Finals, and I'm sure no Fnatic fans or Western fans in general want to think about that. But this guy was really good. Since then, things didn't go so great. His time on Team Liquid was pretty weird. His time on CLG was just downright sad. I don't really hold a lot of that stuff against him, but obviously this offseason came and went, and he didn't end up on a roster. People were wondering what's going on. People were wondering what's next, and today we have some answers for you. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out the first link in the description below for the new merch we got. We have a couple of different shirts, one of them being this dope Korea 9 shirt. This one just came in the mail for me yesterday. The rest of the shirts that I order are on their way, and when they come in, I will show them off for you guys as well. But I'm really happy with the quality. It's really soft, pretty comfortable. I think they're pretty reasonably priced as well, and it's an awesome way for you guys to help support my channel and my content, but also get something cool in return. With that being said, let's get right into this one. So, Broxah, a couple of, I don't know, maybe like a week ago at this point. I'm trying to pull up the dates real quick. But Broxah had, kind of put out some teasers. He said, hey, an announcement's coming soon. We got big things planned in the new year. We're going to see what's going on. This was actually longer ago than I thought. This was December 21st, 2021. So this is like 3 weeks ago. He said a new chapter begins. I thought this was funny. Frosty tweeted, I deadass thought you joined XL, because he's got like this giant X, but that is the Broxah logo. That is his X. So obviously, a lot of people were assuming, hey, he's going into some kind of, personal thing, whether it's streaming, content creation, some kind of coaching or whatever's going on, but most likely just content creation. He's been a very popular streamer and YouTuber and stuff throughout his time because, one, he has very high level gameplay. Obviously, he plays some mechanical champs. It's fun to watch. He's got the Lee Sin, all that stuff going on. But also, pretty entertaining, pretty nice guy, pretty universally liked. He spent some time in EU and NA, so he's had chances to grow his fan base with both. He's in a really good spot. And the announcement that we finally got, this was January 7th, a couple of days ago, he tweeted out this: new year, new challenge, Broxah. He said, I did have options to continue playing my career in the LCS and LEC this upcoming split. That is very interesting, because I think most people assumed he went to TL, things didn't go that well. He went to CLG, things didn't go that well. They were actually the worst team in the LCS. That, hey, after you're the jungler for the dead last team in the LCS, you might not have any more LCS offers. Maybe you get an ERL offer, maybe you get an Academy offer, but man, there's not really going much lower in CLG. But this is interesting to hear that he had, offers in the LCS and LEC. It does kind of make me wonder who that was. I think Golden Guardians kind of stands out to me as a team that could have potentially been going after Broxah. I think Dignitas maybe could have been an interesting option. Over in the LEC, I'm not really as sure. Maybe the teams that were looking for him, because I know in the LEC teams tend to go a lot younger with their being so much ERL talent and stuff, but I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of new teams that kind of want to build up their brands. Maybe like a BDS would have been interesting. Maybe it's weird because a lot of teams have good young junglers over there. So I think more of the LCS teams probably made more sense for Broxah. But to hear that he actually did have offers, I think might be a little bit surprising for people, and pretty cool to hear that, this was his decision to pass up on some of those offers. Maybe he passed up on some of those offers because the money wasn't right, because the team sucked or whatever, but, he did have some control and say in this situation. So you don't need to feel necessarily bad for Broxah. It seems like he, made this decision and excited in the way he's going. But he said, after a long 2021, I felt worn out and underwhelmed by the projects presented to me. I concluded that this is the right moment for me to take a break, and that a different challenge will give me a new perspective on the game. When you fall and pick yourself back up, you can experience a lot of growth, and I strongly believe this decision will put me in the right direction, both professionally and personally speaking. I need to play on my own time where I can focus entirely on myself. Simply put, it will give me the strength to continue my playing career on a winning project and organization again in the future. So this is not a retirement post. This is him saying that, hey, I didn't love the offers I got this offseason. I had some offers. I had opportunities. I think I'll have opportunities in the future, but I'm going to grind for myself in this offseason. I think so far this is very well written, very well spoken. Nothing surprising there from Broxah. That's just kind of his MO. said at this point in time, it's hard to know exactly what 2022 has in store, but I'm not retiring. And I'm hopeful that after a break and some hard work, I'll be back playing on the stage for a new organization that I can proudly represent. For the time being, I'm excited to bring on this challenge and will do my best to make it count. When I look back in the past years, there are a few things I regret, and one of those I want to briefly touch on. At some point in time, my reputation isn't what it used to be, or at this point in time. Some seem to believe I have mainly had success being a follower, unable to bring any leadership, adaptation, and decision-making on my own, and thereby diminishing my value and achievements. Dare I say that's obviously not the case. Strategies including playstyle, champion choice, and draft are decided collectively by coaching and players. You need players who can swallow their ego and play for the team, who are willing to change their playstyle and play the same two champions over and over for an entire split so the team can function, even if it means looking weaker individually from the outside. So maybe throwing a little bit of shade at CLG there. I don't really think he's trying to throw shade, but he's just trying to be like, hey, look at the situation I was in, look at the team I was in. It's not, necessarily representative of my skill level and where I'm at, just because, I had to do certain things. I maybe had to make myself look worse to make the team look a little bit better. Again, CLG didn't look that great, so, but I do agree that just because CLG sucked doesn't necessarily mean that Broxah sucks, and I think, he's not what he once was, but I think he's definitely serviceable, especially as a top 10 player, in the LEC or LCS, not even meaning, like top 10 meaning that he deserves one of the 10 spots, because you can be lower than top 10 for sure, and there will be some players in the LCS and LEC that are not top 10 in their regions in their position. In my world, you let actions speak for themselves. Again, this stuff that he's always done. He always did. I'm sure the narrative would have been different if I had defended myself more publicly or taken part in the politics side of the job. But again, that's just never what Broxah does. But I didn't become a pro player to participate in politics, engage in online debates, or shift blame. Instead, I've dedicated myself to play the game we all love at the highest level I possibly can. I signed on to work hard and tirelessly to become a good teammate and always try to be the best version of myself. That's awesome. For now, I'll be streaming and creating some content for you, all while practicing in Denmark. Looking forward to seeing what the future brings. Thank you. I hope you will still have my back going forward. I'll try to make you proud. So again, this season, it seems like he will just be focusing on that content creation, but not even just so much content creation, but also grinding solo queue, grinding training, focusing on himself, trying to level up for the future. Now, I do think this is interesting because, again, he didn't love the offers and stuff he got this past season, and historically, we don't see a lot of players take a year off, play solo queue, go to content creation, and then come back and get blown away offers by the top teams. Most of these players come back and they get offers from the lower tier teams. I mean, even think about guys like Sneaky, even a guy like Doublelift trying to make his way back. He didn't have a ton of offers from these top teams. So, I don't know what's going to change from this year to next for Broxah. If he's smurfing in solo queue or looking really good on streams or whatever, that's not going to make him get offers from the top LEC or LCS teams. So, I think he's going to be in a similar spot next offseason where he gets a lot of offers that he's not necessarily super excited about. Projects that aren't necessarily that amazing. And maybe next year he'll be okay with those after he had some time off. But I really think to climb up the ladder in the LEC and the LCS, you need to perform in the LEC and the LCS. No one really has proven that taking time off gets them better offers or anything like that. I think we've seen that time and time again. But either way, he's going to be in a fine position. This is some of his stream stats from the past couple of streams. He streamed the last 3 days. He had 1,500 max viewers, 2,500 max viewers, and then 3,400 max viewers. You can go full-time, making like $40,000 a year, usually at like 500, 600, 700 viewers. 1,000 viewers is where you really start to make some crazy money, maybe like $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 per year, depending on what's going on. But then, here you see 2,500, 3,500 viewers. If he can keep those numbers, he's going to be making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 plus a year just off Twitch, not even off other things. And we can also see from the Twitch leaderboard over the past 2 years, he's made $84,000. So he's made around $40,000 a year off Twitch over the last 2 years while being a professional player. So if he starts taking time off, starts streaming more, you can see how much money he's going to be making just off streaming alone. And yeah, that'll definitely be comparable to, a lower end LEC or LCS contract. So I totally don't blame him. I definitely wish him the best. I think he's a fun, exciting player to watch. I think he's a great personality, and I think he's going to be successful in whatever he does. No matter what, he has an awesome content creation career ahead of him. If he gets into coaching, he could always do that. But I do think that, he probably deserves a spot in the LCS or LEC in the coming future, especially if the LEC expands to 12 teams next year, especially if some of the LCS teams suck this year. But we'll have to see how this goes. But this is an update on a very, very popular and big name player in the professional League of Legends scene. So, yo, what's going on? It's Germ from the future. Oh, spooky. I know. But I just recorded this whole Broxah video. I'm really, really excited, obviously, for him to be back as a content creator. I think he's going to do a lot of good things. And I know we talked a lot about how he's going to make a lot of money and everything. And we got this big announcement after the fact, right before I was about to post this video, so I'm throwing this in. He did tweet out, "Thrilled to announce that I've rejoined Team Liquid as a streamer. During my time with the organization, it became crystal clear that we share the exact same core values. I was impressed by the passion, professionalism, and winning mentality, and I'm very excited to be back." And then obviously Team Liquid said, "A new journey with a familiar team. Welcome back, Mr. Broxah." And I think this is super, super cool. It's awesome for Broxah to be able to continue to grow his fan base as part of a North American organization while having European roots. He's going to be over in Europe, so he's really going to be getting the best of both worlds. I think it'll help out a ton with his stream numbers, content numbers, YouTube, everything, keeping him relevant in the scene. Also, I think it's really, really cool that him and Team Liquid still have that great relationship, even though their time didn't really go that well together in the LCS, obviously. So that is actually really, really cool to see, and I think it speaks a lot to Team Liquid as an organization, that somebody can leave the team and then still be willing to come back. And it's just kind of making me think about some other teams out there like TSM right now, where that might not exactly be the case. But I think overall it's a great move for Team Liquid. Broxah's going to be a big poppin' streamer this year. He's going to help them get a lot of sponsors, sell a lot of merch. They're going to make money. He's going to make money. He's now more financially stable. Win, win, win for everybody involved, and obviously a win for us as fans as well. Having Broxah, be able to make more money, do bigger projects, be a part of Team Liquid. Yeah, really cool all the way around. Just wanted to throw this into the video as well. All right, Germ from the future out. Definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Broxah taking a year off? You think it's a good decision, bad decision? Where do you think he's going to end up? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.